side of Miami and Pitbull Stadium, as we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Florida Atlantic Owls, taking on a team from the Pac-12, the Florida International Panthers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Florida. Get ready to kick it off and get this game started. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So FIU's offense will get first crack at it here. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
Quickly out to the tight end. Still running at the 40. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Sometimes the ball just bounces your way, and the offense very lucky to keep possession on that one.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls in the field.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He's got it. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. FIU pushing tempo.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight.
Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And what a great moment for that young man right there. That's his first career interception in college football. He's a guy that's worked so hard. He wanted to make an impact for his defense this year and comes up with a massive play right there.
Everybody and their brother showing blitz. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. They'll move the wide receiver. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Completes it along the sidelines, but that'll be for no gain. It'll be 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Complete in the middle. Defense on schedule. That time, they finally drag him down at the 42.
Well, after getting that takeaway, this offense is needing some points, and that's a big completion there on 3rd down. Good job reading the coverage. The offense is going to stay on the field. They want to keep this momentum going, and that last complete.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
The Owls have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. He's got him in the flat. Nowhere to go and not much to show for that one.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection. Florida Atlantic decides to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. It's complete on the right side. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. And the Panthers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. Just a short pass to the tight end. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. FIU pushing tempo.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. The Panthers getting set on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Running back searching for a hole. A 6-yard pickup that leaves them with 3rd and 4. And the Panthers are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Leaves it with the back. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. And here comes play number 6 of the drive. To the air on first down. Going over the top. Grabs it inside the 15. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, FIU. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game.
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. They'd love to get something started here, down 6-0. The inside handoff. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
Well, after having 3 sacks in their last game, this offense knew they had to ID where this guy was going to line up every play, and they had to have an answer for him. Didn't have one there. He is so strong. He's so fast, and he just knows how to get home to the quarterback. He's got a 6th sense.
And the Owls with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll move the tight end. Leaves it with the running back. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. we've reached the break. It's FIU with the lead. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Rides to back and leaves it on the option. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. Florida Atlantic will send the punt unit onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Fires toward the end zone. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Got some room to run. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent, but he's making bad decisions.
So now it's second and long. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Florida Atlantic races to the line. Looking to throw on third. Finds the tight end. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Florida Atlantic going back to work after moving the chains. Wants to keep it in the air. Running to Green. There he goes. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. First and 10. Looking to throw on first down. A little release to the back.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
He'll keep it himself. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time. Offensively, the defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And they decide to trot out the kicker. And this will be a 41-yarder coming up from the right side. And the kicker delivers the 3-ball to finish off the drive. The lead is down to a field goal. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Man, it just means more in the SEC. And take a look at how things are playing out here. Mississippi State is down, but not out of it. Not with those cowbells ringing inside Davis-Wade Stadium, one of the best home field advantages in all of college football. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Southern Miss. Games like these just mean more in the SEC, and we'll circle back if anything big happens you should see.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
That's a throw the QB would like to have back. He just has to do a better job giving his receiver a chance to make the catch.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his man down the middle. He gets it out to the 28-yard line. Not enough to pick up the first down. FIU will line up to punt. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. Like, the passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those.
Turning it on! The 10! And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Who gives a hoot? The Owls do. It's a touchdown!
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Florida International offense is back on the field. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. After a good pickup on the run, it's 2nd down. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. The Panthers headed quickly to the line.
Really nice run there, picking up the first down. Now they're right back up to the line of scrimmage, ready to go again.
Off the play fake on first down. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Got out of trouble and throws. He's got him. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And that's another FIU.
FIU comes out with a fresh set of downs. The give out of the gun. Breaks into the open. They make the tackle at the 33, but he's ripped off 15 yards and picked up a first down.
And that's another FIU.
So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Quarterback on the keeper. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And I think everybody wants to run the option nowadays, but the problem is, can everybody read it? You got to be able to stick the ball in the belly of the running back, and you have to be able to understand, or I'm pitching it to him. Whatever the read is, you can tell he was a little bit confused, a little bit slow, and that's why the defense won this round.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He'll pull it down. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Now from inside the red zone. Got his man on the right. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Panthers!
A really nice job on their final drive of the first half, David. Calm, cool, collected. They had balance, excellent execution. They're going to take a lead in here at halftime.
It's so much easier to go into half with that positive momentum, that positive juice. Now we can point to what we just did. Great job taking the lead. Now you go make your halftime adjustments.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They go to the ground. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
He leaves it with the back. Hard running there. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together, and a fun first half between these rivals.
FIU has it on a tee, about ready to go here in the third quarter. And a special teams miscue as the kickoff goes out of bounds.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Ball is coming out to the 40 after that penalty on the kickoff. Wants to throw on first down. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And those outside linebackers nowadays, they're so fast. They got to cover ground. You can blitz them off the edge, and they can get after quarterbacks. Versatile. That's why they're getting drafted so high in the NFL and getting paid all that money.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Unloads to the wideout. Working the middle. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. They'll try to run for it. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. Florida Atlantic will have to send out the punt team. A high kick trying to pin them deep. And the returner will be dragged down. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. The last time they had it, a thing of beauty. Did whatever they want, run, pass, and wound up in the end zone.
About the slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
And the Panthers in a good spot here with second and short. to pass. Under fire. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And that's the thing about this defense. Yeah, they may be losing the game right now, but they've got difference makers on that side of the football. They got guys that can step up like that, create havoc, get a sack, create negative plays. They're going to need more of that here in the second half if they're going to win this game.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Got his man. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. FIU pushing tempo. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know we only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. Now on 3rd down for this offense. Looking to throw. Gets it out quickly. Oh, he's got some space. Out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. Edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Drives into the defense, and they get him down after a pickup of 3 to the 16.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. On 1st and goal, let's see if FIU can get it in. Quarterback may change this route. The snap sets up to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Wants to go up top. It's complete to the left. Touchdown, Florida International. All that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Just missed on the connection, incomplete. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking to fire. Here's a hit. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
And his passing game, they can't get in sync, man. They can't get in rhythm. It seems like all game it's been a struggle. Nice job by the defense, dropping back, breaking on the football, but this offense has to find their rhythm somehow, some way.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Got his man downfield. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. Florida Atlantic goes to work with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wideout. Wants to throw again. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. Gashes him in the middle. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback and wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
They bring him down, but not before a really good return sets up this offense in solid field position. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. That lead has dwindled down to 3 now to see if they have a response. They'll run it from the gun. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on 2nd down. 2nd and 10, really hard. 3rd and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole point.
Dragged down at the 43, but they've got it in enemy territory. They pick up 10 and give him a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
Makes the grab. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit in coverage that forces the incompletion.
This should be the last play of the quarter. Off the RPO, throw right, looking for the chains. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. No question they wanted to get the ball to their playmakers, and both receivers have come up big through 3. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Give to the running back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Defense holds their ground. Pickup of a yard. It's at the 26.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Out of the backfield, he's open. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. FIU pushing tempo.
Another FIU.
From the gun. Touchdown, Panthers. Quick strike through the air for the score.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away, count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done, and now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Working that left side. Gets him on the ground at the 31, but a nice pickup of 15 yards there.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now.
Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Now this offense is back on the field. From the gun, the running back looking for room. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
Pulls it and fires to the left. They get him down, but it's past the sticks, and it's a 1st down for FIU. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. He wants to change this route. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Now adjusting. Rolling, throwing, looking right. Give him 6. Touchdown, FIU. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. Last drive ended with a pick. Vitally important to take care of the football this time. The sure hands is Everett. Caught, and he's close to a 1st down on the nice pickup there.
I know a lot of people don't like prevent yourself from winning, but when I'm up by 3 scores in the 4th quarter, I am not giving up a single big play. I'm letting you check it down, throw it in front of me. I'm going to tackle you. I'm going to let...
He's got it upright. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one. You get a play like that and you feel like you can go in and finish the deal. It'll be 1st and 10 from just inside the 50. Looking to throw on 1st down. Caught over the middle. It's Jordan. There he goes. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8th. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. Just keep slinging it. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the fourth quarter. This guy has
Touchdown, Owls! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
The Florida International offense is back on the field. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we've got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football. And we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
The Panthers come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Firing to the right, complete. Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work.
He has been the go-to guy on offense all game long. And on a critical 3rd down here in the 4th quarter, surprise, surprise, guess who they go to? That guy.
Finds his big tight end. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Touchdown, Panthers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
And with that touchdown, man, you're getting excited. As a fan base, you're about to go to 3-0. Like, a lot of things could go wrong to start a season. Everything gone right. That's a great sign for this squad. They got it rolling. Can they keep that momentum, keep climbing up the rankings, and who knows what happens at the end of the year.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. Looking downfield on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the field and get ready to play the pass.
There's the pressure. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game, so they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great.
Turning it and still running. Ball down, but he has enough to move the chains. The officials stopped the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Motion from the wide receiver. To the air on first down. Zings it complete to the right. At the 20, he's got space. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. Inside the 15, 1st and 10 from the 14. They'll run it from the gun. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those 3rd downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
On the play. Now, 4th down.
Perhaps emboldened by converting a 4th down earlier in the game, they'll try a 2nd time. Off the RPO, throw to the right, looking for the first. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. And while this game is all but decided, the offense's job is to score. So they might try to score again. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Florida International. And the punishment has been extended. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that
snags it on the right. Timeout is called by the offense. 16 seconds left in the game.
Let's go. We got some life. We made a big play, something to build off of. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. Time's running out. We're trailing big in this ball game.
Florida Atlantic will go to work with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in a game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, fourth quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
How about the bomb? The Hail Mary coming out, and the offense executes it great. They throw the ball deep. Where's the defense? Man, you know this ball is going deep. You know they need it. They got to have it. And the defense just doesn't play great, doesn't get to the football to make a play.
Time is against them, still down by 2 scores, but they'll line up for the onside kick. The Hands team out there to avert disaster, and so they do. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here.
Yeah, and this is why you put your Hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Might be calling a hot route. Looking to throw on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. They're able to make the stop, but this offense running plays and racking up yards all the way to the end as they get the W. There's a long and storied history of great games between these 2 rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. And David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.